Good morning, mathematicians. Today we're going to use a new app or website to practice modeling equivalent fractions. So I'm going to show you how to use it, and then today I just kind of want you guys to play with it. Maybe spend about 20 minutes making different equivalent fractions and see how many you can make. I also recommend that you either screenshot or record so that by the end of your 20-minute exploration, you have some examples of what you found of equivalent fractions, or maybe some examples that you tried that didn't quite work. So up here, you can choose if you want to do a square fraction or a circle fraction. I'm going to start with the circle. So I'm going to do build your own. And so the fraction that I'm going to try to make these equivalent to, I'm going to put up here. So I'm going to start with just half. Let's see, so I'm going to move it to 2 slices. So this will give you how many slices you want. I'm going to move it just to 2 slices, and I'm going to color in 1/2. Okay, now that I've done that, now I can work with these ones. So for this one, I'm going to do 4ths, and this one, I'm going to do 8ths. Okay, so now I'm thinking if I want this to be equivalent to 1/2, then I need half of my whole shaded, no matter how many pieces there are. So if this is my whole, even though it's cut in 4 slices, I still want only half of the circle shaded, right? So 2/4, and you can see on the number line, is equivalent to 1/2. So then I can come over here, and you can see on my little number line, as I fill in more fractions, it'll tell me when I get to the same point, right? And then if I look at my circles here, I can see that if I kind of ignore these little lines in between and just look at the colors, all of these are the same size whole, and they all have half of the circle shaded, no matter how many pieces they're cut into. Okay, so now I'm going to do check, and it was right. So then you can do reset table, and then see here on this table, it shows me all of the equivalent fractions. So I can reset the table, or I can do a new fraction. Okay, so then maybe this time I want to do a square. So maybe I will do, last time we did halves, so maybe let's do 4ths. And I can do 4ths like that, or I could do 4ths like this. So just have a little fun and play with it, right? So now I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to do, well, I need to pick I'm going to say 1/4. So if I come over here, I can do 4ths this way and do a 4th. Or let's say maybe I can do 8ths and do a 4th. And you can see if I'm looking here, if I'm comparing these two, I have the same kind of 4 partitions right here. And then it just shows that 2 squares kind of equals 1 square here. So I have 1/4 or 2/8, and those are the same amount shaded. So then I can do check. Oh, use a different denominator. So let's do 4ths. 6 won't work. What about 12ths? There we go. And so even with these bigger denominators that might not be 3rd grade standards, because you guys only have to know 2s, 4s, 8s, and 10s, but you might want to just kind of play with it since it shows you, and then you can get familiar with some of these bigger numbers. Right? So then here's my table. So this is what I want you guys to do for Math Workshop today. Again, explore for about 20 minutes after you watch the mini lesson video. And then just make sure you're either keeping this table and maybe screenshot it or record your thinking so that you have it. All right, happy learning.